In this video, we're going to take a look at the Classwork tab in Google Classroom. So come to Google Classroom. We start off here by default with the stream. Right next to it is Classwork. And this is where you will handle all student submissions of work and provide feedback to students, grades, etc. So let's take a look. So when we go to the Classwork tab, we see at the very top where the create button. This is kind of like your go-to spot. But there you have this drop down menu of all the different kinds of posts that you can put into Google Classroom. The most common one you use here is assignment. So we'll go and click on that. And we'll give it a title, and you can instructions, and you can attach a variety of different files to any assignment. If you have a Google Doc you want kids to type on, you can upload it from Drive. If you don't have one yet created, you go to Create, and then you can select to have kids work on a doc, slide, spreadsheet, drawing, a form, or you can create a video using Google Vids. So you can build from scratch here if you don't have them already saved in your Drive. If you want students to interact with the YouTube video, or you can actually put questions to on the YouTube video, click here, search for the video, or if you have a link, you can paste it in here, and then go ahead and choose a video. You can always watch it before you actually put it on there. If I want to choose this one here, click add video. So now if you look here, I can then add questions. So I can pause it at certain timestamps and add questions for kids to answer while they watch the video. You can always try it as a student before you attach it to the assignment in Google Classroom. You have, next thing we'll take a look at here, we have some more fancier things here, such as practice sets and read-along. We're not going to get into that right now. That's for a future training. You can upload here files from your computer, or you can hit link here if you want to give kids an article to read, some link to a website. You can click here, you would paste in the link, and the kids would have access to the link as part of your assignment. Again, we're not going to go over Notebook, LM, or GEM. That's a fancier training. The one thing I want you to pay attention to, this is one of the newer features on the assignments for Google Classroom, is the record feature. So you click here. You can record an audio message to your students. You can record that same message as video, or you can do a screen record if you want kids to watch something that you kind of create the video as part of the assignment. So again, these are all some of the major things you have here. When you create your assignment, over here on the right, you can choose which Google Classroom. If you have multiple Google Classrooms, if you check mark them, this assignment will be versions of it in each of your classrooms. If in one classroom, for example, for this one I'm here, you click all students, it'll show you the list of all your students, and then you check mark the kids that you want to be able to see this assignment. If it's not, their name isn't checked, then they won't be accountable for it. So if you're differentiating instructions where you have, or your lessons where you have different activities for different kids, you could create separate assignments and check mark specific kids. Such a due date. Here we have a topic. A topic is a good way for you to organize your classwork. We'll go over more of that in a little bit here. For grading, you can set your grade category, points, grade period, and you can even attach a rubric to this as well for helping you with the evaluation. When you're ready to post this assignment, if you click assign, it's assigned right now. The kids will get a notification and they will see it in the classroom. But if you want to put it for later, hit the little arrow right here, and then you can schedule it to go out at a specific date and time. So I'm going to close that down here. Also here we have similar ones of the quiz assignment, which is an assignment except it has a Google form built in where you can put a quiz in. So click here. You'll see a Google form populating right now. Right now it's a blank quiz. I can go click in here and be a quiz that auto grades. It auto grades really well for multiple choice, not yet for constructive response. So keep that in mind. But if you just do a quick DOK level 1 quiz, this could be a way to do it. And once you create the quiz here, you just have to close it down here, and then the kids will be able to click on it. They will take the quiz, and then the scores can get imported as long as you have this turned on. So that's the only difference here between assignment and quiz assignment, is that the quiz is automatically attached for you to create for the kids. Furthermore, we have the question feature here. So the question feature is, let's see, this could be something you do for SEL. How are you feeling today? And by default, short answer. You can also make this multiple choices if you want. And you can attach files for kids to read from your Drive, YouTube videos to watch. You can create something for them to read or interact with, put a link to an article, or you can you can even upload a file if that you would want them to use any of these things you want them to use before answering the question. So the way this works when the kids see it, it's kind of sort of like a message board. So if you ever taken an online course that you answer to a teacher's prompt on a message board, you can go ahead and set that up here. And by default, over here, it says students can reply to each other, meaning when they open the assignment, they reply and they can see all their other classmates' replies as well and have a threaded conversation like you would on their message board. You can turn that off if you don't want the kids to be able to see each other. So that's what the question looks like. Next, we'll take a look here at material. Material is when you want to share something with students where you don't want them to actually respond to it. You just want to share a link or a resource for kids to access. When it comes to material, it looks very similar, except there's you just will post it. It's not assigned, so you're not going to collect or give them a grade for anything. So you give it a title, you can give some instructions, and then you can all the same things here you could add. You just want them to be able to access it. That's what a material is. Next year we have reuse posts. So if you've created any of these things in the past and you like how it was set up and you don't want to have to do it again, if you go to reuse post, you will then come in and choose. If you have multiple Google Classroom, you have to choose which classroom that you would want to use it in here. So if I'm using this one here, these are all the ones within this specific classroom that I have created. If I want to do this one right here again, and this is important to remember here, create new copies of all attachments. What this means is that if I have attached a document already on the original post, it will make a copy of it and reattach it on this new post. And then you would simply click right here to reuse, and everything gets copied over as a whole brand new post in Google Classroom. So my title's there, any document, any sharing documents that I have, all of that gets set in, but then I have to kind of set the due date. This all does has to be customized, but you don't have to reinvent the wheel. So that's what the reuse post feature looks like. Lastly, we'll take a look here at the bottom is topic. So if you notice here, by default, they all say right here it says no topic. And here's one where I did a sample here called States Notebooks. With this, think of this as kind of like almost like file folders where you can organize your classwork. So, for example, if I was to come here and come here to the topic, we'll say maybe these are the week one activities. So I don't have anything here for week one yet, but when I create a new, let's say a material here, let's say it's material, and I want them to do some searching. Let's say I just want them to have access to that. So right here where it says new topic, no topic, I come here and I said, oh, there's week one. I just created that topic. It's going to get filed into that section. So if we scroll down here, week one, there it is. You can also take ones that haven't been filed, and if you create topics later to organize them, if you come to the three dots, go to edit, you can then change the topic and you can then organize your classwork in that manner. So again, that is a tour of Classwork. If you have any questions about all these features of the Classwork tab in Google Classroom, feel free to reach out at any time.